Alright, welcome back. Smashing, you're here, thanks for coming. Of course, I'm quite eager to hear what you have learned about Hufflepuff's mysterious new players, because from what I've found out, our team could be in big trouble. They didn't seem all that scary to me upon first glance, but what exactly do you mean by trouble? I'll tell you everything I have found out about the trends. So Hufflepuff's new Beta and Secret duo are some sort of Quidditch stars from Durmstrang. Gruffled and Balglin Well-Nelly. Truly smashing players. The Well-Nelly Twins have a perfect record during the entire time at Durmstrang. They never lost a match. I'm starting to see what you meant about the Twins being trouble. But we can be troubled too. It's time to put that winning streak to an end. I say we give those Twins a proper Hogwarts welcome. Remind them they are not at Jerome Strain anymore. Sounds like you don't plan on being very welcoming at all. They are the enemy. They deserve to be treated that way. Do you agree? We'll show no mercy to our opponents. We have got to shut these Well-Nelly Twins down hard and fast and make them regret ever leaving Durmstrang. Gryffindor will crush the perfect streak at the very first chance we get. Did someone invite you to the private conversation? The Twins streak will end, but with Ravenclaw bludger. How can you be so sure about that? Because my team is getting the first crack. I'm headed to the pitch to finish them off as we speak. Those Twins will have an L by the time we are through. That got a bit intense. Clearly, you're not the only one who wants to shut the Twins down hard and fast. If Gryffindor has any hope of coming out all of this with the Quidditch Cup in our hands, our team will need to be the best version of ourselves. And the best way to do that is with practice. Let's head to the training grounds now and sharpen up our game. Rath is going up against the Well-Nelly Twins as we speak. What will we be working on today? Alright, now that I'm here, is everyone suited up and ready for practice? We're all here, but I'm not sure if ready is the word I'd use. Did a glumbuckle pass through or something? You all look rather depressed. No need for bumbles to lower morale when an unbeatable pair of twins just showed up. Why everyone seems to be so terrified of the Well-Nelly Twins. Just because they haven't been beaten yet, it doesn't mean they are unbeatable. But even if it's possible to beat the Twins, that's easier said than done. After our first house match, we concluded that we all need to work on improving our coordination as a team. So that's exactly what today's warm-up exercise is designed for. The warm-up exercise was just what we needed to raise the team's morale. I think we are all starting to feel better about our prospects this season and taking on those Well-Nelly Twins. And then the winning streak won't be easy, but it's certainly possible. Rath may have already done it, so the team is playing against Hufflepuff at this very moment. Oh. The match has come to a rather abrupt end. I have some breaking news to report. Did Rath take down the Twins during her match? You would be 87.9% correct in assuming that, but in a rather unceremonious fashion, it was rather the Twins who took down Rath. I'd take a lot it'd take a lot to bring her down. It was a crushing defeat, and I do mean crushing. Rath took a brutal hit. She got sent to the hospital when Madame Pomfrey is attending to her at this very moment and asked not to be disturbed, but once Rath is up and around, appreciated the visit from one of her fellow players. I'll head to the hospital room right after practice. I fear that Miss Rath may not be able to play Quidditch again for quite some time. I heard about your match against Hufflepuff. How are you feeling? How do you think? My beater's arms broke. You're the one sending players to the hospital and not the other way around. Does your arm hurt? I can handle the pain. It's the loss that hurts me the most. Now, clearly you have got a lot of people rooting for your recovery. I never knew you had so many friends. Then where did all these get well gifts come from? Now they must be some die-hard fans to give you the brand new Nimbus 1700. Lot of good it will do me. In case you haven't noticed, I'm in the hospital bed. What exactly happened to you over there? Promise not to gloat. You have been seriously injured. There's nothing funny to gloat about. Alright, if you must know, I'll tell you what happened. By the way, you have described your match. It sounds like the Trins really caught you by surprise. Play the way I expected them to play at all. I thought they would be like me, a wrecking ball, but they were coordinated, dizzy, and like they were dancing. Fascinating. I've never thought of Quidditch players as dancers before. Now that I've played against the Well-Nellies, I have a better idea of how to beat them. Too bad I won't be getting a second crack. I'm sure a bit of Skelly Gruel will have you good as new and back on the pitch in no time. No, they are all out of Skelly Gruel in the hospital room, and no one on my team has any either. If my arm doesn't heal up fast, I'll be out for the rest of the season, unless perhaps there is a way we can help each other out. May not have a shot at the Trins anymore, or the Cup, but I'd still like to play out the rest of my season. If you find a way to fix my arm, I'll work with Gryffindor to help beat the Trins. Someone has to take down Hufflepuff. If it can't be us, may as well be you. That certainly is an intriguing offer. But before I can give you a definite answer, I'll need to consult with the rest of my teammates. I'll meet with my team to hold a vote. Alright, the team's all here. What did you want to talk to us about? I've just come from visiting Rath in the hospital when she took quite a beating during her match. Couldn't have happened to a nicer person. It's actually quite serious. Rath broke her arm. She's worried it may mean the end of her season altogether. And that's just the thing. Rath made our team an interesting offer. What's the offer? Help heal her arm. In exchange, she said she would work with us to take down the Trins. And since I pledged that I'd like to be a fair and supportive captain, I'd like to put this decision to a vote. After speaking with each of you and tallying up the votes, the consensus seems to be that we should accept Rath's offer. Rath's first-hand experience with the Trins could be invaluable as we come up with a plan to beat them. Rath has been a friend to this team in the past. We cannot stand by and do nothing while she is in the hospital. She's put both me and you in the hospital. Helping her now could be a mistake. I agree with the team's decision. As Owen said, Rath's a first-hand knowledge of how the Trins play could be extremely valuable. If it is as they say, the enemy of your enemy is your friend. But now that our team has agreed to accept Rath's offer, it is important to hold up our side of the deal. That'll be no easy task, considering Rath said the hospital win is all out of Skellige. I'll go tell Rath the good news, then ask Penny to meet us in the artifact room. Glad you decided to team up, Dan. I wasn't sure you would. I agree with my teammates that your first-hand knowledge of the Trins could be of use. Since we solved the mystery of the Comet 220, I do consider you something of a friend. Let's not get too mushy about it. Mind telling me what we are doing here in the artifact room? Outside of the deal, you mentioned, excuse me, that the hospital win is all out of Skellige, so I figured we could brew our own patch to heal your broken arm. I have no idea how to brew Skellige. You don't pay too much attention to in Professor Snape's class, but that's alright. I could probably use a refresher on how to brew Skellige as well. That's where I come in, not just a hand, but a whole arm. Thanks for coming. I appreciate your help. Not my pleasure. Happy to assist a Quidditch player in need. Were you able to find the ingredients you need? Yes, it wasn't easy tracking down the Fan Journam now, but I have got all the necessary ingredients. Alright, mates, our Skellige is properly mixed, and with that, I dare say it's ready to drink. Let's get on with it. I should warn you that Skellige isn't the most pleasant potion to consume. Will heal her broken arm, but it can be a very painful process. Just as long as it doesn't taste like Sussex pond pudding, I think I'll be alright. Do you think the Skellige is working? I can feel my arm again. It's mostly throbbing, but it's a start. Let's head over to the pitch so I can start working with your team on ways to beat the Trins. I'm just eager as you are to get out on the pitch and figure out a way to beat the Trins, but the best thing you can do is take some time to heal. I'd shake on it, but well, you do have a left hand. Let's round up a few friends, and between us, perhaps we can make a first-hand observation of our own about the well-Nelly Trins.